right, on to city manager's report.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. Nina Vetter, City Manager. I will start with the Gresham Great for this month, which goes to Tabitha in Urban Design and Planning. We got this nice piece of feedback from a community member who said, I had the pleasure of working with Tabitha regarding a tree removal in my backyard. Did not anticipate the process going as smoothly as it did, but Tabitha was professional and made the process easy. I was very impressed with her professionalism and efficiency. It was a simple process, and I felt as if Tabitha guided me through the process. I'm sure you already know what a great ambassador for the city she is, but here is more evidence for you. So big shout out to Tabitha. Thank you for the great customer service. For this month's report, on the first page, we highlighted two data trends from the fire department that I would like to mention. Interestingly enough, from January through August of this year, our year-over-year all incidents counts has fluctuated, as you can see, from month to month. So we're not consistently, above or below from a year-over-year perspective, our total incident count. But if you look at the next graph over, our medical incidents year-over-year has increased substantially since this summer. So that's something to note and to be aware of. It changes or it affects, our team and how we provide service. So just something to be aware of. Also, one trend we talked about a few months ago, but it's still a trend, and I want to call it out, is that we have seen, unfortunately, a high number of fatal crashes compared to year over year. So we have already met the total number of fatal crashes we had in 2022. So this year, obviously, we're hoping we don't have any more, but that is also something to be aware of that, while we see some trends going down, like shootings and homicides, we now are seeing an increase in some traffic safety issues. So that's something that we'll be working through as well. Scrolling to the second page, there's two sections for this month's report. The second section I won't talk about tonight, but has some updates on 4 key projects that we have underway. But I do want to talk about the first section that's titled Grants and More Grants, because we have been awarded grants and more grants. Our team does a phenomenal job of looking for dollars wherever we can. We stretch our dollar as far as we possibly can with what we got. So we secured 2 grants worth over $1 million through the Oregon Department of Transportation's Community Paths program, which will let us build 2 paths in 2 of our parks. We also were part of an 11-member coalition that was spearheaded by Friends of Trees to secure $12 million for the U.S. Department of Agriculture to improve tree canopy in areas of our community that are really lacking it, like in the Rockwood and West Gresham area. What a huge win and a massive project. And thank you to everybody from the city and all of our coalition who was part of applying for those grants. In addition, our fire department recently received a FEMA grant to do a community risk assessment. So that will fund a fire inspector to do the work and to provide us with information that will result in a community risk reduction program. And then last but not least, we did receive ARPA funding from the state to do some park improvements. So we will be adding our first ever pickleball courts to our park system at Aspen Highlands. And then we will be doing improvements to Rockwood Central Park as well next year, including some community garden plots, and also improving the basketball court. So wanted to call out the great news of how we're using other people's money to get some really great work done here in our community. And that is my report for this evening.
Thank you so much.